Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. DA, take it away.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. Everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter." Kevin, it still is.
It sure is. Thanks, David. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Brown.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
So a look at the starters for the Wizards. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Thomas Bryant is out there with Taj Gibson, and it's Miles in at the small forward. They've got Slim, B-Train out there with Shorty. Then it's D. There should be plenty of fireworks out in the backcourt tonight in this one. Of the guards you played alongside, who is the best combination passer scorer?
Oh, man, Kev, you put me on the hot seat. That's a tough one. I just got to give everybody
a
a
lot
shout
of them,
out.
though, didn't you? Huh?
I know, man. I didn't know it was going to be a test today. I got to go with my boy Rod Strickland when I played with him at the Wizards. I think he's the best finisher ever, and he led the league in assists. My boy Jay Will, shout out to White Chocolate. I mean, he is one of the most creative players I ever played with, but he could shoot it from deep. He was a guy that liked to shoot it from Curry land, and he could pass it. And then lastly, I'd have to, of course, go with my man Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby could do it all. So I've been blessed to play and fortunate to play with some great scorers and combination passers in this league.
3 terrific names. There's the killer two-handed slam.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for with hops.
Now the Wizards with it. 4-point game. Ball passes to Beal. Left side, Gibson. 5 on the clock. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. In a new regime in Washington, as they have moved on from the previous GM, a lot to do here.
Yeah, GA, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Ball passes to Miles. To the inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Miles. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. It's Beal on the wing. The teardrop falls in.
Love the touch on that floater right there. Bill has this shot down to a science.
Gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. The pass to B-Train. And the 3 ball is good.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a perfect 4-for-4 start for them. Now they're just getting all the shots they want.
Ball taking his time here. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Aguilar, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up. Defensively, you lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Now here's Wall. 17 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
And he also looked to attack at the defensive end of the floor. 3 steals in that game.
Ball stolen. Fast break. Here they come. It's stolen by Bryant. Knocks it loose. From deep. That shot no good. And it's Washington the other way. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
I mean, they went into that one with the thought that they may have a chance. No.
Well, Greg, no matter what their mindset was, that was going to be a very tough task. Let's face it, they don't have the horses to compete with those guys.
And the basket is good.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And Washington going with a whole new group here. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Orlando. They sink a little bit here in the rankings. Still, though, remaining in the top 5.
Well, right now, for this home ball club, they've taken this ride all the way down the stretch. Few people thought they could maintain this astonishing display of dominance.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Thomas passes to Bertans. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
That's what you get with Thomas, the IQ, the smarts. It's such a terrific pass.
Pass to the Beast. And Brown over to help. That's tipped. Passes to Ball. Looking for Bertans. He gets it there. 1:51 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hachimura. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. And the Wizards with possession. And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That's his first foul. .139 left in the first quarter of the game. Now, here's Bertans. He's tightly guarded, and Thompson sends it back.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
And here we go. Washington fast break.
Quality execution. Now, we know IT can create for himself, but he understands when to keep his teammates involved.
Gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Chan. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Wizards trail by 6.
Just a little too amped up here early. 2 fouls on him already. That's going to affect his playing time.
Washington shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
That free throw, no good. And Washington making a change here. Wagner's checked in. He's off on the second. Gotten 7 of their first 10 attempts to fall so far. Excellent pace to their offense. Here's Baller out to Thompson. The pass to the Beast. Here's Baller. And a miss there on the triple. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Thomas outside. Doesn't go that time.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Oh, man, did you see him close that gap? What a great job. He made the shooter feel uncomfortable. You know, he doesn't play around. If the buck is there for him, he's going to get it.
High post try. Yep, that one goes.
So deceptive with the ball in his hands. Thomas just abusing the defense.
And Thompson puts up a deep three, buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And they're making sure on this one, even though it may not matter in the grand scheme, but the replay process is faster than ever. You know, why not?
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt in looking at the replay that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it.
I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's the home team. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said.
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
You know, wanting to show he still belongs. That fiery competitiveness is why his teammates love it.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA. Keeping things in disarray for that offense.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Beast out there with Big Smooth. Then it's Thompson, and it's Big Daddy, and it's Chan in at the 2. Another year of record-breaking offense. Why is it, Chris, that great offense so often beats great defense?
Because defense is not about stopping you. It's about making you take the option that the defense wants. And so if we make a guy that doesn't shoot jumpers very well, if we stop all the penetration and make him shoot a jumper and he knocks it down, you just got to shake his hand. Sometimes it's great deep, better offense. And we know this is a scoring league. And, you know, you can play the best defense in the world and have your hand up and, matter of fact, smack him in the face. But Curry, Harden, LeBron, they're still going to knock that shot down.
Smack him in the face, you say?
Oh, I've tried that. I've done that before, and it doesn't work with the great ones.
No.
Just tap them on the forehead while they're shooting a jump shot. They'll still knock it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Wizards trail by 13. Tipped away. Here's the break. Jumps up. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. To the right side. And here we go. Takes the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. 7 points in the game.
Well, he doesn't have a clear path to the hoop, so why not? I mean, pull up and bury the 3 in transition.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Checking out the numbers for Wall. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb, averaging 22 points per, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the phrase stats don't lie absolutely applies here. He's been a monster on the court for this team.
He's oozing with confidence. I mean, and it shows. Every time he steps on the floor, he expects to dominate.
Here's Beal. Lays it up and banks it in.
Oh, Bill plays big in the paint. It doesn't matter who's on him. He's determined to finish off.
And at times, Chris, reporters have talked about a rift between Beal and Wall. But you know what? Beal has nothing but great things to say about his backcourt mate.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, Bill has said himself that he believes a lot of his success is due to Wall. I mean, Bill's production with Wall sideline flourished. I mean, but Bill would much prefer to have Wall by his side.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. To the middle. Here's Bryant. And Bryant slams it in.
I love that pass. Wall is a classic point guard who makes everyone around him better. When he's missed time, his teams have always suffered.
B covered by Wall. Here's Big Daddy. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Connects on the 17-footer.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Now here's Wall. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Count the basket.
And that's a shot they love to lean on all the time. I mean, gets Wall rolling with his jump shot.
B the pass to B-Train. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. B-Train's got 11 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
All right, it's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Pull-up jumper. Nice jump shot. Good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
No one near Wall as he lets it go. No good on the three. Gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
First free throw is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Good on both. Washington's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside, Beal. Nice ball movement by Washington. Top of the key, Bryant. Clock at 6. Here's Wall. Oh!
Nice.
Gotta enjoy watching Wall take flight. He's a sensational dunk artist.
Here's Baller. That one doesn't drop. And it's Washington the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Here's Beal. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Beal's got his 3rd basket of the night. Gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. There's 53 seconds left now here in the second. Right wing. Here's Money. Drills the three-pointer.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
Oh, I do too, Greg. You have to go to your best scorers. I mean, it's a smart strategy, and so far, it's paying off in this game.
Wall dishes to Beal. Launches a 3. Drills it from outside. Beal's got 9.
Now, what a baller this guy is. I love watching Beal come right back with the payback triple.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And he makes the first.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Both teams will make substitutions. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 26 seconds left in the second quarter. All with it. Knocked loose. Just 3 on the clock.
You got to admire the tough defensive ball. He doesn't give up any space to get a clean look on this play.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. The home team delivering.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. Taking a look at this home squad. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the...
And that's going to do it for us here. The second.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from B-Train.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
So the Wizards 5 right now. Beal and Miles out on the perimeter. Taj Gibson is out there with Bryant. And it's Wall in at the point guard. Knocked away. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's G, and he lays it straight in.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And Gibson kicks to Wall. The feed to Bryant. And the layup's good off the glass.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
You'd like to see a little more energy coming out of halftime on the defensive end.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Wall passes to Gibson, and again the turnover by the Wizards. And we got a chance now to check out multiple seasons of assist numbers and what has been the trend for Wall.
And the trend that he's going through with his assist numbers dropping over the past few years isn't a good one. I don't want to say he's become a more selfish player because that's too harsh, but he's become a little too concerned about finding his own shot rather than creating for his teammates. He may want to rethink that.
It was just a mystery what the defense was doing there. You never want to give him that much space outside the three-point line.
Beal, the pass to Wall. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
How about that amazing focus from Wall? Even when the D was roughing him up, he was still attacking the basket, keeping his eyes up.
Both teams deciding to change it up. There's always at least one joker on every roster. Who was the funniest guy, Chris, you ever played alongside?
Oh, man, by far is Jay Will. Jay Will, White Chocolate, he was the funniest before the game, after the game, during the game. He would, you know, it'd be a bad call by a ref or something. He'd say something to the ref would laugh and pat him on the butt. I mean, he was, he's a funny guy. He's somewhere right now telling jokes, having somebody laugh and fall out on the floor. It was just his personality, a hard worker, but he definitely was the joker on the court.
Big Daddy's checked in for Shorty. And a switcher also for Washington. Bertson has checked in. Pass to Brown. Just 5 to shoot. Ball's knocked loose. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. Very strong season they've had, always at or near the top of the conference, and right now they're in first place in contention for that, exactly where they want to be as they close in on the postseason. Down low. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 10.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And the foul called on Mr. Moves. That'll be his second foul of the game. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against you. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Outside Thomas. Drains it from 17 feet out. Thomas got his second bucket tonight.
Look at that, Kevin. Look how smooth that stroke is. Thomas is a knockdown threat from mid-range.
Pass to Chan. Lets it go from deep. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Here's a look at what's coming up for Washington. On Friday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat.
And for the matchup with the Celtics, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Bertans kicks to Wall. Poked away, and they turn it over. Stepped in the line that time. Let's take a look at the teams that have done a great job of converting turnovers into points since the All-Star break.
Their defense has taken on a new life since the break. I mean, they're getting into teams, forcing turnovers, and they look like a different group.
He was all alone on that one. Big Daddy's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Wall attacking. And there it is for him.
Wall can't be stopped. He's remarkable at maintaining control through shots like this.
Thompson against Thomas. Here's Chan. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Wall against Thompson. Poked loose. Pass to Bertans. To the paint. Here's Thomas. Banked in off the glass. Thomas got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And that's what IT gives you. I mean, a unique talent. He believes in himself, and he believes in his ability to score inside.
Thompson looking for an opening. There's a whistle, and it goes on Isaiah Thomas. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. And the home team has possession. Here's Big Smooth, ripped away. And here comes Brown, leading the fast break. Outside for Thomas. Now the pass to Wagner. Here's Hachimura. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
He's showing he has the ability to hit huge shots. That's got to fire him up.
And at the end of the 3rd quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The home team delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Money out there with D. Then it's Big Smooth. Then there's Baller. And it's B in at the 2 guard. Got a piece of it all by himself. Here's Baller. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here's Schofield. 5 to shoot. Hachimura the pass to Wagner. And he makes good on his first shot of the game. Wagner's got his first bucket of the night.
And the instincts there from Hachimura. Notice the overcommitment by the defense and then makes the right pass.
And no good, but he tries to maintain control. He was fouled, and he'll shoot 2 at the line. Chris, we talk about perimeter scoring becoming more prevalent. The biggest shift coming from bigs shooting more threes.
Yeah, they are now counted upon to space the floor, and the better you can shoot, the better you can space the floor. And then more importantly, if you can knock down that three, you become a triple threat because now you can shoot there, maybe you can dribble and get by, or because of your height, you see different passing lanes and you can be a better passer, getting your teammates involved, and they like that spacing as well.
And it's Mahinmi finishing it off.
Never any doubt where Bradley Beal's going with that pass. I mean, if he has a teammate that wide open, he's not going to miss it.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Pass the ball. As it seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just,
that was something else.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. The Wizards shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. Schofield passes to Beal. Pass to Hachimura. Good, and it's Beal picking up the assist. Beal's got 4 assists in the game.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Passes it to Money. Fires the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Money's got 5 points in the quarter.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, it had to be. These days, you need to stretch the floor somewhat to make everything else work.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Hey, man, talk about it. The great competition going on. That's what makes a matchup like this so much fun to watch.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. They get a hand on it. B, the pass to Money. Rebound by the Wizards.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
The pass to Schofield. And here is Beal, and it's blocked. Here's Baller. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Pass to Hachimura. Here's Baller. Beal with the block. And they'll keep possession. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. Schofield passes to Wagner. Right side, Beal. Kicks it to Mahinmi. Good, and it's Beal picking up the assist.
I like seeing Beal thread the needle there. A fabulous passer in the pick and roll.
And the NBA is seeming to be at the crossroads of sports and fashion and Chris, music. Do you think it's always
Lord,
been
Kevin.
this interwoven?
Oh, Kevin, please. You see the outfits they're wearing now? Now I got to be like the
I
old
do.
fuddy-duddy, the old guy. Oh, my goodness. Guys are basically coming into the game like did you turn on the lights before you got dressed in your closet? I mean, I know it's fashion. I'm not speaking about any one guy, but wow. I'm telling you, they've taken fashion to another level. And even though I joke about it, it's always fun anticipating what type of outfit I'm going to see guys walk in. Especially, I mean, come on. I love their games, and then I look and I say, wow, they have to be confident on the court because they wore that to the game today. They're confident in life all around.
Overall, right. Sinks the triple.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Schofield passes to Mahimi. He kicks to Beal. 6 to shoot. Pass to Wagner. Fires for 3, and the Wizards hit again from deep.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
And so they get the victory here at home. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA. Presented by 2K Sports. So long.